Hi guys, so today I just wanted to do this video. A lot of my friends who especially are in Kenya have requested this video over and over, and I finally just decided to do it. A lot of people have been asking me, how did you come to the US? How did you get a scholarship to study abroad? Could you help me also get one? So I just wanted to do this video. Probably somebody who is interested can learn something on what to know before you really like start applying, or how do you get that scholarship. So I'm not going to go into a lot of details of how I got here first. I will do a different video to tell you how I got here. In this video I'm just going to talk overall, like what should you know before applying, what are some of the steps. And I have my notebook so that I can just remember most of the things as opposed to just doing like a video offhand. So okay, let's get into it. So the first thing you're supposed to do is to know if you really want to study abroad. A lot of people make rash decisions based on just impulse, but you're not really sure if you're ready to leave your family, your friends, your life. You're completely going to leave everything behind that you have known maybe for the past 20-25 years, and that was really hard for me. I didn't prepare so well for that, and it has been really difficult. But if you really want to study abroad, just search yourself through your heart, through and through, and make sure that this is something you want to do. uh, the second thing you have to know is what area of studies do you want to go into, because you'll find out that studies in the US is so different. Here you really have to be passionate about something that you want to learn, especially if you're going into grad school. I would encourage you to find something that you're really passionate about. Don't just jump into and apply a course that you're not really interested, because it's really going to stress you out. And I believe it's not just in the US. I feel it's the same in Europe and other parts of the world. So if you want to go outside and you want to go study, do a postgraduate studies, just make sure you kind of like search through and know that this is the course that I really want to study. Choose a country. So it's really important for you to choose a country. Thank God for Google. You can now Google and see which country do you really feel comfortable, what are some of the rules in that country, how do the systems work, how are people in that particular country, is language going to be an issue. So you have to really know about all those things and how comfortable you're going to be in the country that you're choosing to go and study. After choosing the country, know the region in that country that you want to go into. Like if you are applying in the US, do you want to be in the East Coast, West Coast, or the middle region? So you really have to know that which direction do you want to go, which region do you want to go. Do you like the snow? Will you be okay? Health reasons, if you go into a very cold environment, will you be able to be comfortable there? So a lot of like really sometimes things that we don't put into consideration, but you really have to know which region you're going into and what are some of the pros and cons of going into that particular region. After knowing the region, you have to know what you need for the application process. And I think this is like one of the most important things that you need to know. What do you need for the application process? So if I'm applying to the United States, for instance, what do I need? If I'm applying to the UK or any other countries, what do I really need for the application? So for this section, I'm just going to say specifically what you need for the US region, because that's where I'm really conversant with the application process. So the first thing you need to know is that you need a GRE exams and the TOEFL exams if you are from country where English is not your native language. So you need those two. You need your TOEFL and GRE scores for you to get into schools. Different schools have different minimum scores that they need, so you have to check into that. If you're going into science, they have like subject specific. If you're going to the arts, mostly they just recommend the general. So you have to know all those details, and you can definitely do that by just googling the name of the school and going into the department that you want to go into, and you'll find all this information. You also need to know that whether you need a personal statement. Most schools would require you to write a personal statement. You also need to know whether you need a writing sample. So if you have any written work before, this is mostly for PhD programs. I don't think a lot of master's programs really require writing sample, and I don't even know if the sciences require writing sample, but I know if you're going into the arts or human sciences, you need to have like a writing sample. The most important thing is the application fee. You have to know your finances well. You have to budget and know how much do you need to pay for the application fee. Some schools may charge 50, some 70, some 75, some up to 120. So you have to convert that into your home currency and know how much that translates to, and are you able to afford that. And you also have to remember that GRE and TOEFL also cost about $400 for both of them, like 200. So you have to know, can I really afford all this sum of money before I go into applying into these schools? After you have finished considering all those things, the next step is finding a school. So you can really go into Google and just look. You can use different search methods. You can type in, if you're going into a biology course, so you can write master's programs in biology in the US or PhD programs in biology in the US. Play around with the search methods. Just keep playing around with your words and just to find just a good school for you. The most important thing to do when you're looking for schools is find out when the application deadline is. Most master's programs, the applications are around March or April, but majority of PhD programs, the deadlines are December 1st. So you have to be really aware of that and make sure that you are very quick in doing that. The next process after finding out the school is for you to contact the school. So write an email to the school, reach out to them and say, I'm interested in this particular program. I just wanted to know what are some of the application requirements, what are some of the materials I need, what if I don't turn it in time, what are you looking for, what are your acceptance rate. And I find this to be working out well, because once you reach out to a school, they see that you're really interested in the program and they have your name through in the mind, whoever receives the email. You never know, it might be someone who is interested in the same research area as you, and you might end up just finding an advisor like that. So just be sure that you really write a clear email, just stating your intentions and why you really want to get into the program, and that usually puts you in a better place. The next step after that is find recommenders. So you have to find people who know how to write good recommendations. I believe that good recommendations get you into a school. So find nice professors who know how to write nice recommendations, and this definitely puts you in a better place with the admission committee. So and please, when you're finding recommenders, do not ask your brother, your sister, your friend to write for you. It has to be somebody professional. I would go with my previous professors because they know you well, especially in the academic spheres. So go into and ask your professors to recommend you. You can sometimes lean on the employers to recommend you, but I don't think they really know you well academically unless you really have like a very close-knit relationship with them. Otherwise, I'll stick to my professors writing me a recommendation. And the final process is start the application as early as possible. So you can, after you've done all these steps, if you've gone through them, you can start your application as soon as possible. Just start filling in the forms. Make sure you fill your forms and you fill everything correctly. There are no rooms for errors. You never know what the the admissions committee is looking for. So maybe that one simple error is what will just make you lose an admission chance. So make sure that you really fill in your application well. And yeah, if you follow these steps, be sure that you definitely get into a grad program after that. And yeah, I will do a video later to just show you that after how the admission process goes through, and after you've been admitted, what are the things that you need to know after that. And yeah, that's it. So if you like my video, be sure to subscribe and leave a comment requesting a video that you'd like me to do, and give me a thumbs up. Thank you.